how many of you hate when your phone is at 20%?
Hello, okay. How many of you hate when your phone is at 20% and you still have half the day left? It kind of sucks, right? I actually know someone that plugged their phone in and then woke up the next morning and it actually wasn't plugged in. It reminds me of the verse, John 15:1-6, when the vine is connected to the branch but producing no fruit. John 15:1-6 says, I am the true vine and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. Verse 4, remain in me as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself, it must remain in the vine, neither can you unless you remain in me. Verse 5, I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. 6, if you do not remain in me, you are like the branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown in the fire, and burned. You see, 2020 had just begun, and I hadn't been to the youth group in a while. So I finally decided to go. And that's when I heard this verse, John 15:1-6. I really didn't think of it at the time, but then I saw the verse again the next day, and soon I realized that I'm like the branch that does not produce fruit. I would only run to God when I really needed him, but if I didn't need him, then I wouldn't stay connected to him. I was living a two-faced life. When life was going great, I was of this world. But when trouble struck, I would run to God. So let's pretend that this phone right here is you, and this charger is God. If you always stay connected, you're always at 100%. But the second you unplug it, then the second you lose power, and then you're constantly draining power, and you're not at 100%. How many of us out there are living a two-faced life, trying to please God and society at the same time? There are many times I find myself trying to fit into the ways of this world, but it never leaves me feeling 100%. 1 John 2:15-17 says, do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh, the desires of the eyes, and the pride of possessions. It is not from the Father, but it is from the world. And the world is passing away with the desires, but whoever does the will of God abides forever. We can't go on living two lives. It will tear you apart, and we have to live by God and remain in his fruit on the daily. We have to praise him for the good days and the bad days. So how do we remain in God's fruit and not the ways of this world? Some daily things we can do is read the Bible or a devotion, spend time in worship, pray to him, listen to Christian music, have podcasts, and going to youth group and having Christian friends to keep us in line. Revelations 3:15-16 says, I know your deeds, that you are neither hot nor cold. I wish you were neither one or the other. You may go to church, but if you don't stay constant to God throughout the week, then your battery will start to die. For example, I can't just worship God on a Sunday morning and then go the rest of the week and not worship him. We Christians listen to the Bible at church, but then don't actually read it at home. Or sometimes we'll worship God at church, but then don't pursue him the rest of the week. So how about you? What's the temperature of your life? Are you hot, cold, or lukewarm? Constantly plugged in, or only sometimes? If we want to be fruitful Christians, we must constantly be connected to Jesus. My prayer for you is that you choose to be constantly connected to Jesus so you bear much fruit. Thank you.